Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Science International. This is your tutor, Serunjo G. Ivan. We are going to be looking at a series of tutorials about nutrition for now. That is autotrophic nutrition. Then we shall look at heterotrophic nutrition. This we are doing as we are celebrating 6 years of Easy Science International. We are doing it as a token, as also we are actually closing the old curriculum in Senior 6 as we are sharing in the new curriculum. So we are going to do a series of tutorials in advanced level biology. Please invite a friend to invite a friend as we revisit the A-level curriculum. So nutrition. Nutrition is the process by which organisms obtain food materials, basically known as nutrients. There are two modes of nutrition. These are actually autotrophism and heterotrophism. What is heterotrophism? Well, heterotrophism is whereby organisms do not make their own food. It is seen in animals, basically all the animals, in fungi, all the fungi, in most monella and most protocysts, except euglena and algae, insectivorous plants like the pitcher Venus flytrap. Autotrophism is another mode, and this is whereby an organism makes its own organic food materials. It is practiced by all plants, some bacteria, some protocysts such as euglena and algae. Autotrophism includes photosynthesis and chemosynthesis. So we want to look at photosynthesis, basically. With photosynthesis, this is a process by which organisms manufacture complex organic food molecules from simpler inorganic molecules such as carbon dioxide and water using light energy. And it is according to this equation, the equation summarizing photosynthesis in plants. We have 6 molecules of water combining with 6 molecules of carbon dioxide gas in the presence of light energy trapped by chlorophyll to give us glucose and 6 molecules of the byproduct, which is oxygen gas. So that is photosynthesis. We want to look at its importance, the importance of photosynthesis. 1, in plants and algae, photosynthesis releases oxygen into the environment, which is used for aerobic respiration. Secondly, it reduces the amount of carbon dioxide in the environment, whose accumulation would lead to greenhouse effect and global warming. And thirdly, photosynthesis produces organic food molecules which can be oxidized to generate ATP energy. So in brief, those are the importances of photosynthesis. The leaf, we want to look at the structure of the leaf as the photosynthetic organ in plants. And this diagram, we can also get it in function approach, page 151. The diagram showing the transverse section of a dicotyledonous leaf. Basically, we first look at the palisade cell. This cell, which is here, we have the first part. This shows us the cellulose cell wall. Then we have the chloroplasts, you can see those. Then the cytoplasm, we have the vacuole, we have the nucleus, we have the tonoplast, and then a cell membrane. That's just the structure. Then we have an important structure in the lower epidermis of the leaf, and that is the stroma. Basically you can look at it, the surface view. They are made up of guard cells, 2 guard cells which have been shaped. So the parts here, we have the chloroplast, we have the stomatoaperture. Now the inner part is thick, or the inner wall of the guard cell. and then you also have the nucleus. The outer wall is actually the outer wall is thin. Now this is the broad structure. We can see that at the uppermost part is the cuticle. That cuticle is transparent. It is waxy. It's made up of wax, so it can allow in light to penetrate. Then there is the upper adaxal epidermis. Then below or beneath that is the palisade mesophyll spongy the palisade mesophyll layer. This is made up of numerous palisade cells which are layered as bricks of the house, such that they can trap all the light rays that could have penetrated through the cuticle and the upper adaxal epidermis. Then beneath that, the irregularly shaped spongy mesophyll cells which make up the spongy mesophyll layer. Well, here we also have the xylem and the phloem vessels, as you can see around this part. Then these are the spongy mesophyll cells. You see, being irregularly shaped, when they are packed, they have hair spaces which are created, and these are for the gaseous exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Then beneath we have the abaxal epidermis, that is the lower epidermis. In this we have the guard cell, and this guard cell is the very one we've seen here. So that is the structure of the leaf, which is basically the major photosynthetic organ. We can see that here we have the functionalities of the different tissues, their description, and then the function. So the first tissue here is the upper epidermis, or the adaxal, and its description is that one layer of flattened cells covered by a thin transparent waxy cuticle. Then few stomata, that is for terrestrial plants because they are exposed to a lot of sun. Then numerous stomata for aquatic plants here, because the lower epidermis of this leaf is basically submerged in water. Then we have the structure still of the upper epidermis that is not pigmented except for the guard cells. We know that there are few guard cells which are found in this structure or in this surface. Now the function, the one layer of flattened cells covered by thin transparent waxy cuticle offers protection to the inner cells. Then the few stomata here for terrestrial plants and numerous stomata for aquatic plants are for gaseous exchange, basically through these stomatopores. Then photosynthesis can occur in the guard cells because they are pigmented, they have chlorophyll. Then we have the waxy cuticle, which resists excessive water loss. So basically that is the first tissue. The second tissue here is the lower epidermis, or the abaxal. It's a description. The lower epidermis is just like for the upper epidermis, but it has more stomata for terrestrial plants and few stomata for aquatic plants. Then all the functions are just like for this and this first tissue. Then we have the palisade mesophyll tissue as the third. Here, its description, these palisade cells are cylindrical, or we can say that they are column-shaped cells closely packed with numerous chloroplasts. As you can see here, those few round structures are actually surrounding the nucleus, centrally located. The ones on the periphery are the numerous chloroplasts. So we want to see its function. The major function here is for photosynthesis. So the palisade mesophyll layer is the main photosynthetic layer. Then we have the spongy mesophyll. This one is actually made up of irregular shaped cells, loosely packed with intercellular spaces, and these have few chloroplasts. So by the vacuum of that, we have little photosynthesis taking place here, and this being with irregularly shaped cells, when packed together, they can actually create air spaces, and these air spaces allow for gaseous exchange. We thank you for watching and for listening to Easy Science International. Next time we shall be looking at adaptations of the leaf for photosynthesis.